So I get this question constantly from people who are relocating and trying to figure out where to land, Louisville or Nashville. Hey there, I'm Neal Cox. I'm principal broker of Real Estate Go-To right here in Louisville. Two great cities, but you can only live in one. How to choose? Let's get into it. Both cities are in the Mid-South. Louisville has a little bit of a Midwestern identity though. Both have a great food scene. Both have serious growth over the last decade, and on paper they look similar, but they are absolutely not the same city. And depending on what you're actually looking for, one of them is clearly the better choice for you. I'm going to break it all down: housing, cost of living, jobs, lifestyle, the real trade-offs, and I'm going to give you my honest take at the end. I live in Louisville, I sell real estate here, I have a perspective. But I'm also going to give Nashville its credit where it's due, because you deserve a real comparison and not just a sales pitch. So let's get into it. Let's start where it matters most for most people. What does a house actually cost? In Nashville right now, the median home price is north of $500,000. Some data put it close to $518,000. The submarkets people actually want to live in, East Nashville, 12 South, Germantown, are well above that. In Louisville, the median is sitting at $260,000 to $285,000. That's a difference of roughly $230,000 on a median home. Let that sink in for a second. Here's what that means practically. In Nashville, $400,000 gets you a little starter home in a decent neighborhood. In Louisville, $400,000 gets you a really nice home in a fantastic neighborhood. Rent follows the same pattern. Average two-bedroom rent in Nashville runs about 50% higher than in Louisville. If you're relocating and renting first to get your bearings, there's a significant monthly difference going straight into your pocket in Louisville. If you work remotely, you will have more disposable income in Louisville as compared to in Nashville. The housing math alone is enough for a lot of people to make a decision. Let's keep going though. What about cost of living overall? Beyond housing, how do the two cities compare day to day? Overall, Louisville is somewhere between 14 and 27% less expensive than Nashville, depending on which cost of living index you use. The range is wide, but the direction is consistent. Louisville is meaningfully cheaper. Utilities in Nashville run about 13% higher than in Louisville. Groceries are roughly the same. Healthcare is actually a little cheaper in Nashville. That's worth noting. Nashville is a healthcare hub, and that shows up with their costs. But here's the one that surprises people most, and I want to be straight with you about this because it's real money. Tennessee has no state income tax. Kentucky has a flat income tax rate of 4%. There is a plan to phase out the state income tax, and the plan has begun. The previous rate was 5%. Will it go to 0? I won't hold my breath. So currently, if you're making $80,000 a year, that's $3,200 coming out of your check in Kentucky that you would not pay in Tennessee. So you have to do the math for your specific situation. For most people, the housing savings in Louisville more than offset the income tax difference. But if you're a high earner, it's a number worth calculating before you fall in love with the house, not after. The bottom line on cost of living: to maintain the same standard of life you have in Nashville, you need roughly 22 to 25% more money. Louisville gives you more purchasing power, full stop. What about jobs and the economy? Well, let me be honest about this one. Nashville has a genuinely strong job market. Unemployment is sitting around 2.4%. It's a healthcare capital. More healthcare companies are headquartered there than almost anywhere in the country. It's also growing fast in tech, entertainment, and professional services. If you're chasing a specific corporate opportunity and Nashville is where that company is headquartered, that matters. Louisville's job market is solid but different. Unemployment here is around 3.7%, still healthy. The big industries are healthcare. We've got Norton and Baptist Health. Logistics, because UPS is headquartered here. And we're one of the biggest logistics hubs in the country. Manufacturing and the bourbon industry are all projected to grow, along with Louisville's job market, about 38% over the next 10 years, which is actually outpacing the national average. Here's the nuance. If you're a remote worker, this whole section matters a lot less. Remote workers are the biggest wave of people relocating to Louisville right now, and for them, the cost of living advantage is almost entirely pure upside with no trade-off on income. If you're job dependent and need to find work in your new city, Nashville has a slight edge in raw opportunity and volume. Louisville has a tighter market with strong specific sectors. You should know which one fits your situation. And then lifestyle, this is where a lot of people get it wrong. In most of these comparisons, they look at the numbers and stop there. Lifestyle is a real variable. Nashville has incredible energy. The live music scene is genuinely world class. And I don't just mean country music, that's a stereotype. The food scene has exploded over the last decade. Hot chicken is real and it's as good as advertised, although you can get it in Louisville. The nightlife is significant, but Nashville draws a lot of people, which means it also has a lot of tourists, a lot of bachelorette parties, and a lot of the city is starting to feel like it was built for tourists rather than residents. Locals I've talked to have real mixed feelings about what the growth has done to certain parts of the city. Louisville has a different kind of energy. It's not as loud, it's not on as many hot cities lists, but here's what that gets you. It still feels like a city where people actually live, not just perform living. The food scene here is legitimately great. The bourbon culture is everywhere in the best possible way. The Derby is a cultural institution unlike anything in Nashville. And there's a local first, neighborhood rooted quality in this city that people who move here consistently say that they did not expect. One more thing on lifestyle that's underrated: traffic. Nashville traffic is genuinely a quality of life issue. It regularly ranks among the worst in the country for congestion relative to its size. Louisville traffic is manageable. Most cross-city commutes run under 30 minutes outside of peak windows. Over a 10-year career, that's hundreds of hours of your life back. And then neighborhoods side by side. I want to put a couple of them side by side so you can visualize this. If you like East Nashville, artsy, walkable, eclectic, great restaurants, Louisville's Highlands is your equivalent, and you'll pay roughly half the price for a comparable home. If you like the family-friendly suburbs around Nashville, Brentwood, Franklin, Louisville's St. Matthews and Prospect give you that same energy, again, at a significantly lower price point. If you want new construction, room to spread out, executive-level homes, Prospect and the far east end of Louisville compete directly with Nashville's outer suburbs. You'll come out way ahead financially. Louisville doesn't have a direct equivalent to Nashville's downtown honky-tonk scene that's genuinely unique to Nashville. If that's a core part of the lifestyle you want, acknowledge that. Real quick, if you like my videos, do me a favor and like and subscribe to the channel. That way other people like you can find this content and also benefit from it. It's a really huge help to subscribe, and if you click the little bell there, you'll get a notification every time a new video drops on the channel. But if you're one of the many folks out there watching this and you are thinking about a move to Louisville, go one step further and reach out. You can call, text, email, but of course, sound the bugle, because we are going to get off to the races to make your move to Louisville a winning one. Okay, here's my honest answer to Louisville versus Nashville in 2026. Nashville wins if you have a specific job opportunity there that doesn't exist in Louisville. The live music and nightlife scene is genuinely central to your lifestyle, not just nice to have. You're a high earner where the income tax difference is meaningful relative to the housing savings. Louisville wins if you want to maximize purchasing power and quality of life per dollar. If you're a remote worker, this one's not even close. Louisville is one of the best remote worker cities in the country right now. You want a real neighborhood feel, not a city that increasingly feels built for tourism. You want great neighborhoods without the Nashville price tag. You care about traffic and commute time as a daily quality of life factor. Here's my overall take. Nashville had its decade. The growth was real, the energy was real, but the affordability is gone, and a lot of long-term residents are leaving because of it. Louisville is where Nashville was 10 years ago, with the benefit of watching Nashville's mistakes and not repeating them. The people I've worked with who moved here from Nashville, almost all of them say they wish they'd done it sooner. My number is in the description, it's on the screen, and if you want to see what Louisville neighborhoods actually look like, check out my Highlands video right up here. I live there, I filmed it on location, and it'll give you a real feel for a little bit about what this city has to offer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.